Hello everyone! Bastion is the first zone available for testing in the Shadowlands Alpha, and will also be your first zone for leveling when Shadowlands comes out. The first experience is going to be a linear one, and once you're leveling your alts, you can actually choose in what zone you want to party through. But at first it's going to be linear. At first we're all starting in the Bastion, but not without a pre-event. The way it works, the way that we're going to go into the Shadowlands is we're going to end up at the Maw. Some heroes of Azeroth are going to come with us. They're not going to make it out. But we're super duper special. We do make it out of there. And we end up here at Bastion. We've gained information, knowledge about a Kyrian serving the jailer. And we try to let them know that something isn't quite right. But they're not really paying attention. They're not really listening. First of all, we need to go through the trials and tribulations of what it means to be a Kyrian. Souls that die in sacrifice to others. Souls like Uther the Lightbringer. They would find themselves here in Bastion. Souls like Varrock Sourfang, they would have probably also arrived here. But since the Shadowlands are out of balance, the jailer is drawing all these souls to the Maw. Anima, that thing that you bring with us as you die, it's no longer being distributed. So there's a shortage, and they're really feeling the effects here. Over time, we find out more about what it means to be a Kyrian. We finally get through them, we let them know that something is up. And they too figure out that there's a lot of these Kyrian souls that are falling to the darkness. They're no longer able to just let go of who they used to be. They're turning into the purple smurfs. And Uther the Lightbringer is actually one of them. He is part of the so-called bad guys, but there might be more going on. The story progresses. We eventually talk to the Archon and we tell them, like, look, you have traitors amongst your midst. Some of these are not as loyal as you think they are until they pay full attention. We try to stop them, but by that time, it's already a little bit too late. One of their temples comes under attack by the Maldraxian forces, and we need to help to repel them. We need to activate the defense mechanisms. We need to figure out a way to defend this corner of the Shadowlands until our questing experience ends. Part of it is report back to Oribos, which is the capital city, let them know that the Maldraxxus forces are on the attack, which will then send us over into the next zone, which is actually going to be Maldraxian. Then the other quest that sends us into the dungeon to take care of these remaining Maldraxian forces, and that's kind of where the storyline ends. That means that there's still a whole lot of things that need to be resolved. What exactly is happening here? Is it just the jailer's influence that's causing all these souls to fall to the purple side? Or is there more going on? Are they actually asking some morality questions here? Is it actually worth it to let go of who you used to be, to let go of your memories, to let go of your emotions, just to pass on into the Shadowlands? Is that worth it? Is becoming a Kyrian actually worth it? Or should they be allowed to remain who they are and focus on the next step in the Shadowlands? Why was it that someone like Uther the Lightbringer decided to join the purple side? More of that is either still in development or it's locked behind the Covenant. Some find it annoying, some find it like, okay, you gave me a taste of the storyline, please give me a resolution. But I'm personally quite excited about it. It gives a nice motivation to actually check out all these different Covenants, right? Back in Legion we had all these different Order Hall campaigns. Now you got all these different Covenant stories to check out, and I'm excited for it. I just really hope that the alts are going to be a lot easier to play. So yeah, that's pretty much the main storyline of Bastion in a nutshell. We figure out that there's betrayal from within, they're falling to the purple side, Maldraxxus attacks, and we need to help them out. There was one rather interesting side quest. This takes us back in time where we figure out that the Void actually assaulted the Shadowlands. The forces of Bastion, they rose up and they repelled these invaders, which makes some wonder if the Void could be responsible for the jailer's actions, as it's clearly shown that the Void did have some influence on the Shadowlands. It is possible, like anything is possible right now. The story is very much unwritten, but I personally hope not. I really hope that they got something more interesting planned than just, the Void did it, but only time is going to tell. All in all, opinion time, I feel that Bastion, the art team, did an amazing job. The zone looks really, really good. The parts that you get to fly over and the wings and all that, it looks amazing. The questing itself, I prefer the Revendreth questing. I'm actually still trying to figure out why exactly that is, and it might just very well be because it reminds me of the Stormheim storytelling. Back then, we had to prove ourselves to Odin, and we had to prove ourselves, and had to prove ourselves, and had to prove ourselves again. And just here in Bastion, it kind of feels the same, like prove yourself, trying to get through them. Revendreth felt more focused and in a more interesting setting. but that's personal taste. I'm sure there are people going to be out there that are going to absolutely adore Bastion and the Kyrians. This might even be your main covenant to sign up with. All personal taste, of course. But for now, you're up to speed with a short version of the zone. And like I said with Reverend Draft storytelling, I will be doing a full version once more voice acting and more storylines are in. You can be sure that we'll be covering it. But for now, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Subscribe if you like my videos. Leave a like if you enjoyed this one. And until next time, see ya!